series of the SPARC seminar series. Are we recording late?
We are.
So we can also say hello to our friends in La Trobe who will be watching this at some point. A good chair should be like a Victorian child, seen but not heard. So without further ado, please introduce Simon Goodwill, Director of the Centre for Sports Engineering Research, to talk about how he and his team help Team GB.
Thank you very much, Simon. Good afternoon, everyone. Let's make a start with the bottom one. Sorry. Yeah. Let's see how that works. We're all working. I'll set that great. So, like as Simon says, I'm going to talk to you this afternoon about how our team in sports engineering help Team GB, so the Olympic teams, with medal success. So, I started this by a little test of my memory to try and remember when we started this work. Bit of artistic license. We were doing some early pieces of work, sort of 2003, 2004, with the main piece of work being geared towards the Winter Olympics in Torino, 2006. And what were we doing back then? So in terms of as sports engineers, a lot of our work was done by this man you probably all recognise, John Hart, scanning equipment. So on the bottom left here we've got a sled for a skeleton athlete. And then here, I didn't spot it at first, but there's actually an athlete there. That's actually the chin of an athlete, laying flat. Kristen Bromley, I believe. But who knows with the unidentified face under that helmet. So we're scanning, getting the geometry of the athlete, and in terms of how is that actually used, so this video will work. A lot of our work back then and still now is certainly in John's area in terms of computational fluid dynamics. So essentially what we've got here is we've got that scan of the athlete, and then we're going to simulate the airflow over the athlete. And the purpose for this work, see the air flowing over the athlete here. In terms of the purpose of this work, we're informing the coaches, the athletes on body position, looking at ways of reducing the drag, essentially so they can go faster. In terms of all this work, I mentioned at the start, in terms of what we're actually trying to do, the athlete going faster, winning medals. And that's an example of way back, many moons ago. Playing again. Moving on. And like I say, the last one there, in terms of what we're doing for winning medals, Shelley Goodman there with the silver medal in the skeleton ball. And then moving. So in terms of then London 2012. When I was actually thinking back to it, obviously London 2012 was great, the atmosphere fantastic, great for the country, great legacy in terms of the Olympics. It was actually great timing for us as well, because there was a big boost in funding, home Olympics, and we were there already to pick up that work and pick up the extra funding. And it was in that cycle, so in that Olympic cycle, was when we got our first formal research partnership. Back then it was with UK Sport. Now all the work's actually done with the EIS. Essentially a small amount at first. We were given 50,000 a year, as you'll see later, so it's grown continually and by quite a significant amount. And, said before, what we're doing this work for, it's to win medals. And if we just zoom in on this one. So what this is medals that we're kind of claiming support of. So in terms of the projects we've done in that Olympic cycle, so we did 30 projects with 15 sports, and we're claiming 24 medals. Essentially, we felt we were part of the success. Now, in terms of why we're doing this work, as part of a university, we're doing the research, we're doing the research income, at elite sport level, in terms of working with Team GB, to cut to the chase, is all about medals. And how we prove that we have contributed to those medals is really important in terms of justifying the funding that's coming from UK Sport through EIS to ourselves. So that was the 2012 Olympic cycle, and then moving on, that side, to Rio. In the London 2012, it was about 30 projects. We increased to about over 60 projects, 42 medals, 17 gold. Loads of different sports we're working in: boxing, canoeing, cycling, diving, gymnastics. Loads. Pretty much now working with every Olympic team through this partnership. Oh, there we go. And in terms of the partnership, so the partnership now is with English Institute of Sport. They essentially give us a central contract, a central budget. Comes predominantly from Performance Innovation, so that's led by Gavin Atkins, looking at exactly that, Performance Innovation. But a new department set up a couple of years ago, Sports Intelligence, looking at data analysis, data analytics, and we also get some funding from them. So if you imagine that pot from EIS, then I've started listing out all the logos. It's essentially pretty much all the Olympic teams are contributing to this partnership as well. So we've got this one central pot, which I'll put on the rest there, which lots and lots of sports, 20 sports maybe, are all contributing to. And to date, to this financial year, I've taken the census back as 2014 because I was doing some work in terms of the ref contribution. So in this current ref cycle, just this one project alone is bringing over £2 million, which is a significant project in terms of the university overall research income. So now, in terms of second half of the talk, talking about a few specific projects, what do we actually do? We've seen all the medals that we claimed a contribution to. Do a lot of work with British swimming. It's difficult to see. And one of the projects we worked on is this project called Nemo. So it started back in 2009, led by Chris Hudson here. And what we do lots of projects with British swimming, but this particular one, it's developing custom performance analysis software. There's loads of performance analysis software that people use, and why the EIS and the British Swimming funding it. It's essentially to improve the workflow for their analysts, and also to provide bespoke analysis tools, algorithms. So for example, if they're wanting to measure, say, the breakout distance, so when the athlete comes back out from the glide phase, they've got a pan-tilt zoom camera that's the analysts, you can see Chris up here, supporting one of the analysts. They've got a standard camcorder, so with pan-tilt zoom that's following the athlete. At some point, the athlete over here will break out. And they'll want to know what that distance is from there to there. There isn't really any off-the-shelf analysis system, certainly not back then, that could do that. But using the algorithms that we developed, we can count, not manually, obviously, the number of markers here, and when they come out, it can then tell you breakout distance. So what we're doing is we're adding these novel analysis techniques and building a bespoke database, so then they've got all the data in one place, like I say, improving the workflow for the analysts, biomechanists, etc. And we provide ongoing support. So Chris is there out in Shanghai with the team. Simon spoke a couple of weeks ago about how his team walk through walls, supporting the centre and bringing income and delivering on projects and getting that reputation. We kind of have the analogy here, we provide, I'm saying 24/7 support for the analysts, but when we know that there are World Championships on that weekend, we are expected to provide that on-call support, putting in modifications to the software as required. The Boxing World Championships has just been on last couple of weeks over in Russia. Basically, they required a change overnight. Basically, that's what I did in terms of allowing them to provide that first-class support that they've been doing, especially at the major championships. Another swimming project. I don't think the video is going to work here, but we've got a system called Swim Track down in Loughborough, and we've also got a system down in Bath, but this is the one at Loughborough. Got a series of underwater cameras. We've also got some above water cameras, but actually the video doesn't work, unfortunately. But giving the analyst all the views that they need of the swimmer, top and side. Another project where Terry Senior had to work overnight, just basically getting above a swimming pool. I'm not too keen on you doing that when there's loads of people in the pool. And what we've also got here is an instrumented force plate or instrumented starting block, which can give the analysts the full force trace for the start, with the idea, of course, of improving start time and improving start technique. Boxing. Myself, I do loads of work with GB Boxing. Started this work back in 2008. This is iBoxer. This is the software that we've built for them. It pretty much does everything for boxing. Every practitioner who works in GB Boxing uses some part of iBoxer. It may just be the video database and the results database. It may be monitoring their injuries, or it may be working with the sites, looking at the debriefs and the tactic sessions. I've obviously blanked it out here, but it's that one central repository that we can bring all that data together from all the practitioners. We also bring it from multiple sources, so some of the injury data. If anyone works with any injuries within English Institute of Sport, you're probably familiar with PDMS, that's like the central repository. We can actually pull in data directly from PDMS. Obviously it's authenticated access, but it allows the practitioners to carry on their normal mode of practice, which is working with the PDMS system, but then we can bring the data sources together, and as I say there, allowing them to visualise and access the data in the most effective manner. We also developed an iPad app for them. We developed lots of iOS, so iPhone and iPad apps. This is a simple weight one, so it gives all the coaches, the blanked out bit here is the current weight. I've had to remove those and all the current weights in all the different days, the target, etc. Any combat sport is obviously really critical that they manage the weights. We just built an iPad app, so the coach that doesn't want to log into a laptop, but is very familiar with an iPad, can simply go to their app and find out what all the athletes are doing, if they're eating too much. And also it gives an opportunity to work with guys like Anthony Joshua. He uses the system, of course, he's a professional boxer now, obviously, former world champion, but it's a great honour to be working with guys like that. And then I think I'm about time. It's this last one in terms of, it's not all just about generating software, or even if it is novel algorithms. We do a lot of work with GB Cycling. I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. It's almost like a virtual wind tunnel, showing us a cross-sectional area of the athlete, showing that if the athlete was to change their body position, how it reduces the drag, or the contact area, the surface area. Project over here, apologies for the poor diagram, but it's essentially a project that John Week was working on, so working with British Cycling, an inverse dynamics project. So we've got the torque sensing cranks, force sensing pedals, and then using the markers, we can analyse the forces generated on where those, I can analyse the end force, the output force, that's the word as well, and find how that has been constructed by the body in terms of the individual joint moments. And hopefully not too late. Thank you for listening, and fingers crossed for a little success at Tokyo next year, because our funding is very dependent. So thanks guys.
Okay, Steph, thank you, Simon. Anyone got any questions for Simon while we do the changeover?
Now we're part of ASPA, how do you think that the other groups and staff within ASPA can help us grow?
Okay, so a few different examples. In terms of iBoxer, we're working with psychologists, physiologists. We're not psychologists and physiologists. I'm not saying there's necessarily an issue there at the moment, but I think we can improve, what we can offer in terms of that partnership, in that we can't give them sort of specialist advice in this area. If they tell us they want a certain format, essentially we'll program it. If we had, I was speaking to Joe Butt about this in terms of if there's other people we can bring on board into the partnership and how that can benefit the overall offer that we have. And I think that covers most practitioners. We've got biomechanics experts in the group, but in terms of the broad spectrum, we don't have a few gaps.
Any other questions? I've got one. How many medals would you like to have a say in Tokyo 2020? And are any of those in the 5 new sports?
So the 5 new sports, skateboarding we're probably a bit late, so getting in. So we've got surfing, speed climbing, Thanks Chris. Karate use our taekwondo system. So we built my taekwondo data analysis and data storage system. We've also got a data capture system and analysis system over in Manchester. And the karate program actually came under taekwondo for this Olympic cycle. So we certainly hope that Goodwill champion in the 60 will be getting medal. So yeah, that's the plan. In terms of the total number of medals, if we were to at least match Rio, I think we're doing fantastic. Working with more sports, actually it's going to be very competitive, very competitive. If you look at the Rome World Championships and also cycling, China are very strong. So some of our traditional sports, I feel maybe, yeah, for a real challenge. Fully jumping on that. To match Rio would be fantastic.
Like a politician. Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Simon.